Alright, it's time for more awkward Desperate Housewives with awkward Wardfire, who is very provoked by everything and, doesn't know how to shut up. Ta-da! Anyhow, we're just continuing. We're going over to Etta first, I think, because that seems, well, Frank technically lives there too, so it's on the way.
I mean, come on. How stupid do you have to be to forget something like that?
I don't know.
Beats me. That's why I came to see you. I figured you had a lot more experience in that department than me.
Lol.
Hey, that's not fair. I'm not that forgetful. I remember all sorts of things.
Don't get me wrong, you have all sorts of flaws. I wasn't trying to limit you to just being a forgetful spaz.
It's just an idiot talking. What should I do? Eavesdrop.
What does a guy have to do to a woman to make her completely and utterly disregard her better instincts and take a lowlife weasel like that back into her life?
Exactly. You know how men are. If he did it once, he'll do it again.
So why did you hang out with Kurt?
You talked with her not too long ago. What did she have to say about it? Does she even have any suspicions?
We talked, but it didn't really come up in the conversation.
Let's eavesdrop some more.
If you ask me, I think he did something to her.
What do you mean by that? What would he do to her?
Guys like that can be incredibly persuasive. Oh, trust me, I know. You can't put anything past him.
Oh, come on. Is it really worth it to go to all that trouble?
No, it never is. Is that all you came over to talk about?
Yeah, I thought that with all your experience in the matter, you might have something interesting to tell me about the whole ordeal. But I should have known. You always disappoint. It's becoming your specialty.
Wow, she's so nice.
Oh, Edie, I'm glad you came to me to talk.
Whoa, hold your horses there, Missy. I said I thought you'd have something interesting to say. Not that you actually did. Catch you later, Mayor.
Wow. That was nice. They're totally talking about me. Susan says she would have a hard time forgiving someone. Edie seems to agree with her. Do your best to find out who it is they're gossiping about. Oh, well, hello, Edie. Hello?
Hey, neighbor. What's shaking?
But Susan said you were supposed to be telling her some big secret. I'm not sure really, but it sounds like you and Susan were talking about something racy. Care to share?
Oh, that? It's nothing, really. A girlfriend of mine had a chance to get back with an ex. And I thought Susan would be able to give me more reasons to tell her to stay single. Sorry to let you down. Nothing too juicy to a big city girl like you.
No, it wasn't, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, that's alright. It's not like I want to revel in someone else's misfortune. Oh well, thanks for letting me know.
No problem. See you later.
People are talking. Okay. Etta's house. Ta-da! Going back with the poison.
Although I'm definitely a fan, I simply can't stand it when they suddenly go limp before I get a chance to fully appreciate them.
I agree. It is a bit cruel that they don't last very long, but still, if you look closely, you can find other qualities that more than compensate.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm well versed in the pros and cons. I just think she can do better.
All right, then tell me this. Which one would you choose?
And I only get to pick one of the three.
Yes, just one. But which one?
What should I do? We should eavesdrop.
My, that's such a tough decision. They all have such distinguishing traits. For instance, that one, it's so hard to get it to reproduce.
Well, just between you and me, that reason alone makes it not worth the trouble. On the other hand, it's pretty reliable. Sometimes you want to stick with what you know, don't you agree?
I think they're talking about... I know what they're talking about.
That's a valid point, but I can't say I agree with you. Sometimes it's better to call it a day and try something new. Now, what about the others?
Eavesdrop.
As for the second one, I can't imagine you'll run into any real problems. But given everything she can choose from, you'd think she'd go for something a little less...
Dull?
Yes, exactly. That's not the kind of thing I'd want to wake up and smell every morning, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so everyone's talking about, me, but they make it sound like it could be someone else. Edie was kind of talking about another girlfriend. These people, they sound like they're talking about different types of flowers, but I think they're talking about guys I get to choose in the end.
Oh, believe me, I know exactly what you mean.
And eavesdrop.
And behind door number 3...
Oh, that's a tough one. What was that name again? I can't seem to remember.
Corsetty?
Coreopsis?
What? No, that's not it.
But anyways, it's very exotic. Not the kind of thing that you would expect to see around here.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I would consider survival around these parts highly unlikely. Regardless, it's not really our decision to make. There are other things we could be doing with our time right now.
Agreed. As always, it was a pleasure talking with you, Etta.
The same, Bree.
Oh, really? Hello, Bree, what were you talking about?
Hello again. Marvelous day, wouldn't you say?
Hi, Bree. You mean horrible, then yes. What's so marvelous? It's a great day.
That's what I most admire about you, that stiff upper lip of yours.
Well, I think we have made different definitions of marvelous, but...
Good talking to you. A pleasure as always.
Really?
Hello. What an absolute treat it is to see you.
Need some advice.
Shoot.
Guns?
A very proud card, only if you get caught. Very...
Whatever. Hello, Etta. Bree didn't tell me anything. Ta-da! Oh, maybe I should talk to Susan. I don't know. Come on, Etta. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
So tell me, what did you come over to talk to me about?
I overheard your conversation with Bree a little while ago, and I'm dying to find out what you were gossiping about. I want to return something I borrowed.
Aha! I thought I was missing something. But that was months ago. I couldn't remember who I lent it to, so I had to buy some more.
Months ago? Excuse me?
Tell me, how did it work out for you?
I'm pretty sure I told you I didn't like having to use it. Did the job. Didn't we have this conversation once before?
That's good to hear. Always glad to help a neighbor. Even you.
What's happening? I know what I would have done about the past problem if I haven't talked to you. Thanks, it's good to know at least I have some friends that are willing to help me. Well, you definitely did. It's good to know that there are people I can rely on in Fairview.
Oh, come now. If I couldn't do anything for you, I'm sure someone would have stepped up and offered assistance.
That's an interesting remark, to say the least. Are you implying something? What makes you so sure of that?
Well, let's just say this. You're a very popular person around here.
She means all the boys. All the boys.
And from what I hear, you've got more friends than you know what to do with.
I thought I was. Hello. I want to know what you talked about. So now, it seems like we're doing the green quest. Sorry, I saw something.
So tell me, what did you come over to talk to me about?
I heard you gossiping.
Gossiping? I didn't know you overheard, but it's no big secret. In fact, I think it's pretty obvious. We were talking about flowers. A girl in the gardening forums online seemed torn over which of 3 types of flowers she should plant in her garden.
Oh, really? Really?
We were discussing the pros and cons of each, and although Bree was making some valid points, between you and me, that woman still has a lot to learn about gardening.
Makes a lot more sense than what I thought you were talking about. Really? I thought you had better keep my mouth shut. I see.
Well, just what did you think I was talking about, dear?
Nothing really. It just sounded as though you were having an interesting conversation. I wanted to be in the loop.
Ah, just curious then? I suppose there's no harm in that. Take care.
Oh, they were so talking about... Oh, they were so talking about the boys who are after me. Can you guess who they are? Probably, but... Oh, Frank. I need my car keys. My stupid ass husband left here. Seriously.
Thanks. It's really nice of you to stop by like this.
No trouble at all. I like stopping by and checking up on you.
Things are going just as well as can be expected.
That's a really broad statement.
I mean, considering all that's happened, I'm doing okay. But you came by here to pick up your car keys, didn't you?
I did, but I get the sense you want to talk about something.
Yeah, I'll be just a minute. Why don't you come inside?
Don't mind if I do.
I'll be fumbling around for a bit. Make yourself comfortable in the meantime.
His phone is ringing. You see that? Alrighty. I'll be right here when you get back. I'll just wait here. Seriously, his phone is ringing.
Hello there. You've reached Daniel? Come on, Frank. You said you'd do this.
And Frank.
The Brothers Fox. Please leave a message after the beep. Bye-bye.
Frank, this is Erik. This conversation is on a secure line, making the contents of this message private. Please do your best to keep it that way.
Oops.
With the implications of what we've discussed, we should be able to apprehend the persons in question as well as some key members of the Corsetty mob family. Furthermore, our relocation plans will proceed as scheduled. The FIB will take care of the sale of the home as well as any other loose ends, such as phone and utilities. Continue preparing yourself for the move, and don't hesitate to contact me in the future if any further complications should arise.
Oops. Will it... I'm sitting on the couch. Hello.
Here are your keys. Sorry to keep you waiting.
There's no need for apologies. Thank you.
So, that's it then. Don't let me keep you from whatever it is you do during this time of the day.
Nothing. Okay. So... bidding him farewell? Okay.
Did you need something?
Are you planning on leaving?
How do you know about that? Did you listen to my messages or something while I was out?
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. You really think I'm capable of something like that?
You did, didn't you? I can't believe you.
I don't really know what else to tell you. With all that we've been through together, I think I deserve to know if you're leaving us, Frank.
You don't need to get yourself involved in any of this.
We're friends, aren't we?
It's complicated.
A lot of things are complicated around here, Frank. It comes with the territory. You really shouldn't keep things ball up like that. It's not healthy. You should know you can talk to me anytime. Friends help friends through their problems.
You're right. I'm probably just uptight about it. I just never thought I'd miss him. Daniel was always on my case about this and that. It was like having a wife nagging me or something. No offense.
No, none taken, Frank. I understand.
It's hard to explain. Growing up, things were a lot different. Daniel was always up to something, and I was always up to something.
Find it hard to believe, really?
Our parents loved us both the same, but Daniel was always the attention getter. He was always talking about some big idea he had or organizing some big event. He never stopped. That left me with nothing to do and no one to listen to me.
Aww.
Which in turn meant Daniel and I butted heads on a lot of things, ranging from the way we looked to the way we led our lives. I know it'll come as a shock to you, but Daniel was always hassling me about my clothes.
Sounds like Daniel, alright.
But anyways, I spent a good deal of my life fighting with him and just saying awful things to him. Yet no matter what happened, he kept forgiving me, even after we'd grown up, and I'd never figured out why.
He wanted to be your brother, Frank. That's probably the same reason why he let you live with him when you asked.
I called him to try to get away from the big city and to get away from all the trouble I was having there. But all I did was unload all my problems on him.
I think he knew what he was getting into when he said you could live with him. You're supposed to be able to depend on family, Frank. That's what they're for.
I guess he was always trying to take care of me, and I resisted. I really didn't feel comfortable doing that. Just wanted to get away, you know? He would always joke about trying to reach out to me, but I never took him seriously. I'd always find some way to ignore him. But if I'd ever thought something like this would have happened, things would have been a lot different. Of course, now, I'll never be able to do that. He probably died thinking I didn't even care about him. Jesus, look at me. I'm telling you all sorts of crap you don't care about.
I don't need to know everything, Frank, but I want to. Besides, the more you talk about, the better you'll feel. Let's look at it this way. You got all your whining out of the way first. That's a good thing. Sometimes it helps to remember the good things about the person who died, as opposed to think about the regrets and missed opportunities.
I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate it. But I'm not a touchy-feely guy. I was in the army, for Christ's sakes. I don't sit around and watch daytime talk shows.
I wish I could do more for you, Frank.
The only thing keeping me going is knowing that I can bring down the bastards responsible.
But Frank, you're just you. How are you going to beat the mob? Try not to get killed in the process. If it's as bad as you say it is, you'll have a hard enough time keeping yourself alive.
Don't worry about me. I'm going to have help.
And who do you think is going to help you? I'm sorry, but I'm not having any more to do with this. Frank, you should probably let the police take care of it. You'll be in a way over your head.
Listen, this needs to be kept quiet, but I've known you long enough that I think I can trust you. After you discovered the truth about Daniel's murder, I had a talk with Erik Larsen. He told me that with what I know, I could shut down the mob family that was responsible for killing Daniel. But once the case against them gets underway, I'm going to need some protection from Vincent and his goons.
Probably, yes.
So the reason I'm leaving Fairview is that the FIB is placing me in a witness relocation program. So you can understand why I didn't tell anyone. I'm just supposed to disappear one day.
Wow, can say that I saw that coming. This is probably going to be the last time I get to talk to you then, isn't it?
Yeah, it was nice knowing you.
I enjoyed having you around, Frank. You're a good friend. I'm not big on goodbyes, Frank. Just do yourself a favor and try to keep yourself out of trouble. That's all I ask. It was nice getting to know you too, Frank. Your brother will be proud of you for what you're doing. And again, he was always proud of you. Goodbye. What? No more Frank thought. No. No. With all the new facts you discovered about yourself, Vincent, Erik, and your husband, seems more and more like a good time to visit your therapist. Sure. Let's go talk to therapist. I mean, therapist is nice, but you don't tell them. Ugh. Ugh. Hate husband. Hate husband. Hate husband. Go to therapist. Come on. Here we go. Going to the therapist. Well,
Oh, hey there. I'm surprised to see you here.
because this is where I usually shop. As a errands to run, and they brought me to this part of town. What are you doing here? I trust it was a pleasant surprise.
I'm actually out here for pretty much the same reason.
Therapist?
I didn't exactly find what I was looking for, so I'm more than likely gonna head back soon.
Well, good luck. I'm sure you'll catch the bad guy in the end. New case that Frank was telling me about. Really? This new case of yours is in Fairview as well?
One can only hope. You know, I should actually be on my way now.
Fun for
It's
you.
always nice talking to you, though. Take care.
It was good seeing you again. Yeah, you too. Bye. Goodbye for now. Let's go to the therapist. Hello, therapist. Dr. Henriksen.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time, but some things came up and I wanted to talk to you. Hi, Arthur. I hope it's okay to stop by without an appointment, but I feel like I'm on the verge of a breakthrough.
We can talk for as long as you'd like. Of course, as long as you know you're paying the full rate for a little talk. No freebies just because you don't have an official appointment.
Wow, thanks. Thanks for just splatting that up in my face. Miss Kurtz, which brings me to why I came here.
Why don't you tell me what's troubling you?
Two other men. I found some very unsettling information about my husband. It makes me rethink a lot of things. As you know, I'm a relatively happily married woman, but two different men have come into my life that claim to have been involved with me before I was married.
So these men claim to know you during the time period where you have no memories?
Exactly. Erik told me that both he and Vincent used to know me before I even moved to Fairview.
Do you think he's telling the truth?
Hell if I know, Erik just kind of dropped in on me like a bomb. He even called me by a different name. He doesn't have any reason to lie, but it freaked me out when he called me by another name.
Really? What did he call you?
Mary.
But what does this have to do with your husband? Do you think he's involved in some sort of vast conspiracy or something?
God, Arthur, you make me sound like a nutcase, and that's not what I'm paying you for. You're supposed to help me. It's not even half of it. There are some other things too, beyond what Erik told me.
Would you care to share them?
Vincent sent me a package not too long ago. The contents of my husband's safe inside, the one he's been desperate to keep me from seeing. Do you remember how upset the entire neighborhood was over Daniel Fox's death? What does this have to do with anything?
That's not the kind of thing one can easily forget.
Well, it's not the kind of thing you can forgive either, and I have reason to believe Vincent is the one responsible. I found out Vincent Corsetty has a connection to the killings, and the police aren't doing anything about it.
Don't take this the wrong way, but this town used to be pretty quiet before you moved here. Well, maybe not quiet exactly. A suicide here, a robbery there, an occasional shooting, but nothing organized.
What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? I think you're more whacked than the three men I'm dealing with, Arthur. Perhaps I should go to get a second opinion.
Let's get back to something you mentioned earlier, that there are 3 men in your life.
Blah blah blah. Safe.
Yes, you've voiced your suspicions regarding your husband before. What exactly was in the package?
A sonogram, a journal, documents about amnesia, and a picture of a woman that I've never seen before, but who looks very familiar.
A very peculiar combination of items, especially one to keep under lock and key, or combination, to be specific. Would you say the contents of this package have made you more or less suspicious?
Well, more.
Interesting. But if I remember correctly, there are 3 men in your life, no? It certainly sounds like you have a situation on your hands. What do you plan on doing about that?
What the hell do I pay you for exactly? Helping yourself, lady.
If you're seeking my opinion, I can't tell you what to do in good conscience. You have to figure that out for yourself. I only get paid to help people reach their own conclusions, but I will tell you this much.
Give me $500 more.
Sooner or later, you're going to find yourself in a position where you have to make a choice between these 3 men in your life.
Meh.
Make up your mind now before it's too late.
Meh. Because I'm gonna play all the choices. Now that you had a much needed chat with therapist, there's nothing left to do but go home and prepare dinner, right? I think there's gonna happen something here. Actually, so I'm gonna save. And, I think we're actually going to break here, or, you know, I'll move out of the therapist office, but to my car. But I think there's gonna happen something here that we want to see, you know, all the different, choices of. I don't know how interesting they are, but... Oh wait, we want to see this too.
So, if you could keep me posted on how the case progresses, I'd be extremely grateful.
We're gonna just see this first too.
Sure, I guess I can. But why are you so interested in this specific case?
Come on, do I really need a reason? I'd just like to stay informed.
Of course not, Mr. Corsetti. Everybody knows you're a stand-up guy.
All right then. I'll be expecting to hear from you. And if you keep your promise...
Really, they're talking when Erik's standing there in the middle?
I just might be able to have a little talk with your chief. See if we can't bump you up from mall duty.
That'd be great! I mean, not that there's anything wrong with mall duty, but...
Hey, I understand. You're cut out for better things than this, that's all.
It's really funny that you say that, Vincent, because I like people to get what they deserve too.
Yeah. Eavesdrop.
Agent Larsen, it's been a while. Surprised to see you doing so well these days.
Wait, I'm gonna click. Sorry.
What makes you say it that way, Vinny? Is there something I should know about?
There certainly is.
Mr. Corsetti?
Eavesdrop!
And by that, I mean, there are a lot of people in your position that would allow themselves to, how can I say this, become obsessed with one case when there are a number of others to solve. I wouldn't want you to fall into that trap.
Oh, that's awfully considerate of you, Mr. Corsetti.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate your concern. And feel free to keep that smug look on your face. But trust me, it won't be there for long.
And why's that?
Eavesdrop!
Trust me, when you're huddled in your 7x12 cell being ogled by your heavily tattooed and well-muscled cellmate, the last thing you'll be feeling is smug.
And trust me, neither will you.
Me? Come on, Corsetti, why would I go to prison?
Well, I would think that stalking someone under the pretense of a federal investigation in an attempt to rekindle a failed relationship is considered a crime somewhere. Dereliction of duty, abuse of power, false representation. Take your pick.
Possibly. But if the testimony is coming from a known organized crime figure involved in a botched attempted murder, it might be somewhat tainted.
What the hell is he talking about?
Nothing, officer. Agent Larsen has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. And this conversation is over.
See you around, Vincent. You can only run for so long.
Whoa.
Wow, that was strange. Why did he run off like that?
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to talk to them about the most important thing. To use a police term, I believe it's his MO. Whatever, I doubt those two would have anything interesting to say anyway.
Okay. Anyway, is there anything I can do for you?
No, but thanks, really. I appreciate the offer, but I'm on my way home. Why don't you run off like a good little mall cop and mind your own business? Grab a free smoothie or something.
Alright, goodbye then.
See you later. Yeah, bye. So, I was going to break here, because I think there's something's gonna happen. If I remember correctly. We're gonna save again. Ta-da! Because you guys love watching me save, right? Okay, seriously, I have not had that much sleep for 2 nights in a row, and I had an exam yesterday. And, you know, stuff, so I might be a bit weird in the head right now. But, woohoo! Alright, so this episode is up. Next time, yeah, I think we're gonna, you know, check out some choices for something, and, I mean, we're really close to the end now, right? So, As I understand it, there are 4 different endings, and we are going to check them all out, so no worries about that. And I just hope everyone are just enjoying the game, because, apart from the bugs, or the glitches, or whatever you want to call it, bugs probably, I'm having a really good time, replaying the game. And I hope you all, find it interesting too. So, yeah, thank you guys, and, well, I will see you, soon, again.